Wow. Wow. I really don't have the words to fully articulate this. So by now you have heard about Microsoft acquiring Activision for $68.7 billion. Absolutely insane. Look, I know you have other YouTubers you go to for your news besides just me, as much as it pains me. That's why a channel of my size needs to be a little more creative about the conversation. So that's what I'm going to do here. Today I really want to give my thoughts on why this could be a bad thing. By the way, it's probably not in the way that you're thinking. If you enjoy these kind of videos, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know how I'm doing. And I'm not going to waste any more of your time, so let's just jump right in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I am Ryofu, and this is The Gaming Harbinger. So there are a couple of reasons why I'm a little concerned about this acquisition. The obvious one I'll save for later. Let's get to the more spicier one. So instead, let me just say that a lot of the places I watch videos or read articles on are mostly positive about this. They feel this shakes things up, so to speak. Most people are glad that Bobby Kotick is leaving sooner than expected. Not to say that Microsoft is perfect by any means, but getting Kotick out of there pleases most people. In fact, many are saying this alone makes the acquisition worthwhile. No disagreements there. But I feel these takes are coming from people that own all the systems, or play only on PC. I feel like it's also coming from people that are not invested in Activision games. Now, oddly, I kind of just described myself. But listen. Me being self-aware of this makes me realize that there are still tons of people this affects. Once I imagine myself as a COD guy, yeah, the vibe is different. I feel a little different about it. Let's just pretend I can only afford one system, and I never liked Microsoft or Nintendo. So yeah, you can see where this is going. I'm not going to be happy about this. Now, I'm glad that another company can attempt to clean up the problems at Activision. That's great. But let's look at this from the average middle-class consumer, specifically the one that doesn't own an Xbox. Let's come from an angle I haven't heard many people mention. I'm not sure how Microsoft thinks gamers will see this, but I feel it's overkill. Everything up till now felt like Microsoft had made incredible strides to be a contender. Even buying Bethesda, I thought, was a smart move, very strategic. This hits a little different to me for some reason. Full disclosure, I'm not a COD guy. I know, shocker, right? I have said this on multiple videos, so yeah, it's not shocking. So I am not emotionally invested in this game, in this series. But I understand that the series means a lot to the casual market. It means a lot to 3/4 of gamers, I'm just saying. But I think if your goal is to warm up people to Game Pass, you gotta show a little finesse. You can't bulldoze your way into families' homes and TVs and computers. It's just, you want them to feel like Microsoft is making amazing moves as opposed to, well, I like Call of Duty and I like Elder Scrolls. I guess I'll get a friggin' Xbox. It's like, no, that's not the end game. Up till now, I felt like Microsoft was slowly winning people over that they once lost. This just feels more like overkill. I don't think the 100 million plus PlayStation 4 owners feel any better about Microsoft as a company by feeling forced to buy an Xbox or get Game Pass on PC. Just so they can continue to play the series they've already been playing for years. Now, obviously, I know it's just a business. Being console agnostic, I honestly don't feel a sense of loss or victory from this. It's true these companies are not our friends, and they are just going to do what they can to generate more revenue. But what happened in 2013 had an impact on Microsoft's reputation. I mean, let's keep it real. I saw a couple of random YouTubers pop up in my recommended videos just the other day. And these videos were made in 2021, and they were talking about none other than Don Matrick. Think about that. Some people till this very day will not let that shit go. This man has not belonged. He hasn't been a part of Microsoft in ages. And yet they still want to talk about him and show clips of him like it was yesterday. I personally think this is really whack. It's really corny. But the point is that Microsoft had to spend time trying to make amends for the damage that was done back then. So while I think this is a wild and crazy moment, I don't think this will win over people who have never been with Xbox. While this is a business, they do actually care about their reputation. And I'm really curious over time how die-hard PlayStation owners will react and handle these changes. So one thing to speculate on is, will these games be exclusive or will some stay multi-platform? At this point, I don't know what the hell to think. It would appear Microsoft is ballsy enough to keep Call of Duty as an exclusive. It's really hard to say, man. I think Call of Duty and Minecraft would be like the two series/games they would be okay with being everywhere. Maybe. Obviously, some of the Blizzard games haven't made it to console, and which, by the way, I'm actually very curious to see what they will do with some of these PC-only titles. But the ones that are on console won't show up for PlayStation owners in the future, like, let's say, Diablo or Overwatch. As far as Call of Duty, I think it would make sense to put it on Game Pass. I can't imagine it as an exclusive. But you don't spend this kind of money to keep everything the same. That just sounds ridiculous. And that's the very statement that convinced me last year that Microsoft absolutely wanted all the Bethesda games as exclusives, not to just own them for the sake of owning them or just for some basic timed exclusive deal. I mean, they could have paid way less for that. So yes, you're hearing it now. In mid-video, I am changing my mind to, yeah, they are probably going to try to make all of this stuff exclusive. There, I said it. It's done. And really, it's just, this is really fascinating stuff to me. The business aspect always intrigued me. And because I do care, I just don't want things to become too lopsided. That is my core concern in regards to all of this. So I know this isn't technically a monopoly, but it looks bananas. Obviously, I'm no expert on these type of laws, but as a regular guy, it just looks crazy. I did read an article on Reuters stating Microsoft owns only 10% of gaming when you include this acquisition. So I guess it's not a monopoly then? Now, Jim Ryan has made some weird statements last year. And yes, there have been some weird decisions made at Sony recently, but you know what? You can't deny that Sony did all of their stuff organically. They built their companies up, focused on making solid titles. I think the gradual changes over time initially made Microsoft look really good. This is the way that is less organic, and that's, I guess, why I'm a little less against this, or not as cool with this, I guess you could say. It just seems like it's a I'm gonna steamroll my way to victory type thing. It's like me dropping a couple of $100 on a free-to-play game and playing with people that haven't dropped a dime in it. And it's like, son, you look mad weird. And it kind of just, it's like everybody's playing with me, everyone's nodding, and they are kind of accepting me. They're like, well, you know, he's not cheating, but it doesn't mean he's earned his way. My final point is that some have speculated that this is going to force Sony to put Game Pass on PlayStation. If Sony allows this to happen, then Microsoft will allow Sony to continue to get Call of Duty games. That's one hell of an analysis. I can see it though. I can see it. I mean, hell, after this point, $68.7 billion is like nothing sounds crazy at this point. Everything ties back to Game Pass though. Microsoft is less worried about PlayStation 4 owners running out to buy an Xbox and more interested in getting people to sign up for Game Pass. So as crazy as it sounds, it could be a means of leverage. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for me. Please let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Most of the articles I have read and videos I have watched are okay with this, but maybe not so crazy about acquisitions in general. And I respect all these publications and YouTubers being wowed and being very diplomatic about all this. That's cool. But if you only have one console and it's a PlayStation, then what? What about the average consumer that adores Call of Duty? I just think you have to be a little objective, especially when it's a game or a company you don't care about. I really want to know how more PlayStation fans feel about all this. I have to imagine there are a lot of people that are not happy about this. Obviously, if you're an Xbox fan, you're happy. Couldn't be better. If you love Call of Duty and never been down with Xbox, yeah, you're probably seeing red. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. I'll see you next time.